Hi, welcome back to Jolty Place. Sorry about the ending of the last episode. I ended up muting myself and just kind of standing here. I apologize. So yeah, I think we're going to have the Trial of Ice. And everybody that helps is probably going to get a stone, while the Jaw guy, the third promise, probably, or the first promise, sorry. The first promise is probably not going to get a stone because he's not going to help. Because he thinks he's done here. Good, you're back. There is much I would explain, but by the time I arrived to investigate a sudden surge in ether, there were already fallen giants everywhere. Right now, everyone is preoccupied with treating the wounded. Pray catch your breath and then lend a hand where you can. Corpse brew? Corpse blue? I don't know why I said brew. It's because I'm thirsty. I have a cup of milk right here. So I will eat my muffin and drink my milk and well, now I can run that with NPCs. If you are ready, there are many injured here who need aid. Should you find anyone passed out from their wounds, I ask that you alert me to them. Otherwise, I shall be tending to whomever requires the most urgent healing. We can gather here once we have seen to these people's hurts. Ah! I had some crumbs stuck in my throat. Muffins. Blueberry muffin. Nothing like a good muffin and some milk. You, the third promise's protector. Everything was bathed in bright red. A searing heat enveloped my entire body. I couldn't move. Okay. I mean, it could be, except it's a giant burb thing that wants to eat people's faces. More like swallow me whole. Everything burns. The touch of cloth is agony. Yet I will live. Leave me. There are others in more dire need of help. Okay.
Go lay down.
But Daddy, she doesn't want to lay down. Get her, honey. Get her, honey. Tell the puppy she's a naughty. My wounds are nothing serious, but this dryness in my throat, it's as if all the moisture has left my body. I labeled it Trial of Ice because I wasn't sure if this is going to be considered a trial or not. I've done all I can for now. The injured you found were awake and alert then? Yeah. That as well. We've left the injured as comfortable as we could. Many were suffering from burns to a greater or lesser degree. Did a fire sweep through the village? The details are unclear. Once I had healed the giant attacked by that mountain bird, the group's leader, Vorpolor, I believe they called him, bade me depart. It was then that I felt an intense wave of ether and returned to find Warlar's echo in this state. I rushed over to the first giant I saw. Though delirious with pain, he repeated the same warning. Vela Garmanda had broken free. Thus did I contact you with all haste. Well, we're going to need more information than that before we can deal with the situation. Yes, we should speak with the temple guard and see what's become of the Sky Ruins prison. That is a good idea. The High Luminary grants you entry and awaits you within. Okay.
What happened?
So it's true. The ice has failed.
Surmurwar, tell them what you told me.
A short while ago, a claimant paid us a visit. Who enters this hallowed hall? Ah, a claimant.
Oh, and here we have the mighty Valigarmanda.
A terrifying withdrawal. With every awakening, it has seared its ruinous name into the memories of a new generation.
What a good little terror. You've stayed napping right up until the day I needed you.
Explain yourself.
It is as they say. Kulul Jaja caused its magic to run rampant, trapping it in a frozen prison of its own creation. Clever. Clever. To unmake it, it would be quite tricky. 2 spells must be cast at the exact same moment. A conflagration intense enough to melt the ice, and awakening flame to rekindle the slumbering Vitral's soul. The only ones capable of such harmonious execution would be the heads of reason and resolve. And the blessed siblings, Bakul Jaja.
But I already have. Rise and rage, little terror.
Okay, bye. I couldn't hear what she was too faint.
I might have overdone the fire a bit.
Utter madness. Why have you done this?
For the throne, of course.
For the throat, of course.
You unleash calamity for your own gain? Have you any idea how many may die?
Wreak havoc, Valigarmanda. Live up to your legend.
A messenger to Tuli Yolol has been dispatched. The Landsguard will send a contingent, I am sure. But there is no telling when they will arrive.
Idiot! This monstrous act is a step too far, even for him.
So, what's the plan?
I've brought down Lesser.
If we leave the Vidral to others, it will be a massacre. Some might call it the wiser choice, if I don't want to fall behind the competition. But I could never live with myself. And my supporters deserve a better ruler. So that's that. I will stay and fight Valigarmanda. This is an enemy so powerful that even my father failed to slay it. Alone, I don't stand a chance. I understand you've no obligation to aid me outside the right of succession. But for the sake of Urkopacha and its people, I beg you, join me in this battle.
As if you had to ask. This is the kind of challenge I live for. What other choice do we have? As if you had to ask. Come on! I've taken down multiple primals. I'm good.
Far be it from us to abandon a dear comrade in her time of need.
Dear comrades now, eh? I have to say, it does have a comforting ring to it. Knowing someone has your back makes it easier to do what you have to do.
And what will we do?
One committed to winning the contest above all else would race on ahead.
If you resolve to slay Valigarmanta, we'll need to find out where the beast went.
That's what we have you for, old friend.
Inform the Bello of the danger. They may need to flee to lower ground.
I like using this music when there's something going on. So, Aaronville, any ideas on how we can track Valigarmanda?
Oh, goodness, what? Come here. Do you need to play? Where did your bracelet thingy go? Did it end up in Grandma's room?
I don't think I can get this to go on the carpet, though. Oh. Yeah. It did go. It almost went underneath the... I don't think he saw it. Where's all your toys? Here. Yeah, I don't think he saw that either. The tried and true method of comparing sightings with other signs of passage is the most reliable, but also the most time-consuming. There's a second option, not as reliable as the first, but if we're lucky, it will let us ascertain the sky ruin's whereabouts far more quickly. Though a Tural Vidral of extraordinary nature, Valigarmanda is still a creature of this world. Like you and me, it is thus sustained by corporeal energy and possesses a unique ethereal balance, which means this device should come in handy. I have one of those. A floating hand? Now's not the time to be playing with toys. This is no toy. It's an Aether Seeker. As the name suggests, gleaners use it to detect the aether of living beings. And you've had that in your pack this whole time? I can calibrate it to follow a specific ethereal aspect. The problem with Valigarmanda, however, is that it can shift freely between the elements of fire, ice, or lightning. Well, we know that in order to awaken Valigarmanda from its icy imprisonment, Bakul Jaja cast spells which quickened its fire aspect ether. And the residents here were uniformly afflicted by burns. Therefore, the logical conclusion is that upon breaking free, Valigarmanda unleashed a great fiery blast. Then the choice is plain: fire. The Seeker, however, is not without its faults. As we were not able to input our query's unique etheric signature in advance, the device will respond to any living source of fire aspected ether. So we have the reliable yet slow method of information gathering versus the potentially swift but easily misled gleaner tool. I say, why not pursue both methods at the same time? Good idea. We'll have the first to fall back on if the second fails. You travel with me then, Jolteon, in case the Seeker leads me to some other fiery fiend. The rest of us can stay behind and talk to eyewitnesses. The more Sky Ruin sightings we can compare, the more accurate our information will be. If no one has any objections, I shall remain here in the village and tend to the Yokui. Very few are seriously injured, but I am wary of wounds inflicted by a creature like Valigarmanda. I should like to be close at hand should their condition suddenly worsen.
Did you bring me your toy? No? Okay.
Yeah? Hi. Right, it sounds like we all have work to do. Okay. We should be on our way as well. Yay. Oh, yeah, his bracelet is in his box. It's in the hallway! Don't look at me like that! I threw it! It's all gone! You have to go get it! It's in the hallway! Or not. Okay. You're cute. That's funny because I actually have one of those things as a minion. We'll head to the outskirts of the village first, then set the Seeker to detect fire expected Aether. I'd pull mine out, but I don't want to get the two confused. My pretty boy. Right, the Seeker is ready to go. Warlar's echo is still suffused with the Sky Ruins residual ether, so I've excluded it from the search area to prevent it from swamping the sensors. Let's begin tracking, shall we? Once you choose to depart, okay. Affirmative tracking nearest source of fire expected ether. It's a fire elemental. Oh, it's not going for the fire elemental. No, it is. Source of fire expected either located, tracking, disengaged. Not quite the legendary creature we were after. Do you mind dealing with that fire sprite? It will continue to confuse the seeker if we leave it be. Okay. Necessary measure, I'm afraid. Let's try this again. Affirmative, tracking nearest source of fire expected either. Huh? You're such a dork. Go away. Now we're gonna have to fight this fire golem, and there's two of them. Oh, no, it's just one. It's just two hands and a head. Source of fire expected, ether located, tracking disengaged. That's the fire golem. Frightening enough, but again, not what we were looking for. If you would be so kind. Okay. Yes, Soft is helping. My thanks. I had asked if it gave you any trouble, but considering who I'm talking to... Seeker, resume tracking, and you tried to point out something useful this time? Affirmative. Resuming tracking. Ah, go away. Well, source of fire expected either located, tracking disengaged. Well, that's definitely a big hole in the ground. That's where Nick fell. Wonder if he found any nicknames while he was down there. Another remnant of Velagramonda's last rampage. The creature's flames registered to the seeker as corporeal ether. In the words of Tuliolal Sage Saga? In the words of the Tuliolal Saga, when Velagramonda rages out of control, its fire burns forever. Its ice does not thaw, and its lightning crackles without cease. Thus was the Dawn's servant able to turn the sky ruins' perpetual magic against itself, trapping it within an unmelting prison of ice. This is no mundane fire, but some kind of everlasting sorcery. Once again, it is a strange feeling to see fanciful poetry proven true. The important thing is that the fire was classified as living aether. We can feed a sample into the seeker and greatly improve its accuracy. One moment. There, now the seeker should ignore any etheric signature but Valigarmanda's. Had I realized this was possible from the start, then you needn't have fought those creatures at all. My apologies, it seems I still have much to learn from this journey, as a gleaner and as a guide. This time the seeker should be attracted solely to Valigarmanda's ether. Resume tracking based on the latest sample. Affirmative, resuming tracking. Sample ethereal signature detected. Engaging accelerated pursuit mode. Oh god. Oh wait, so now they're not going to follow me? Where are they going? Oh, we're heading that way. Okay. Down the hill! I think it's... Yeah, it's heading to that big crater there in the middle of the map. Yeah, the one straight ahead. Ah, go away, stupid gator. I don't want to fight you. Okay. Good, the seeker was drawn directly to the Sky Ruins fire. Now we know we've set the correct parameters for its ethereal aspect. I'll try increasing the threshold for etheric concentration. That should direct us to the Vidral itself. Recalibrating sensors, resuming tracking. Watch, we're gonna get there at the same time as everybody else. Oh. Okay. Alright, so it's roughly to the west that we need to go. Darn, go in flight Moody. Yeah, it's the place with the, in fact, I think it's heading towards the mountains. Yeah. I think we're gonna end up stopping. Yeah, right here. He's right here. We're about to land on top of him. I think we'd notice if Valigarmanda was inside this passage. Let's head through to the other side. Because they just had us turn around and leave. They didn't have us... Okay, so the Valigarmanda is probably on the other side of that gate there. It was probably its original home before Oh, great. It's spinning in a circle. That means it's like
The trail ends here, it seems. Could Valigarmanda have shifted its elemental aspect? It does have 3 to choose from, after all. In any case, I'm almost certain the Vidral was headed in the direction of Warkor Lardor. We should let the others know we have a likely location.
Alphino is assisting the Yokhoi with their evacuation. He thought they could use a healing hand with the injured.
So where is Valigarmanda?
Warkor Lardor. Its stratified layers contain a wealth of crystals, said to be the source of its many-colored glow. After 80 years of imprisonment, the Vidral will be in dire need of sustenance. It would have been drawn to the mountain's energies.
So Valigarmanda seeks to replenish its ether.
Then we'd better not give it the chance.
Stop! That mountain is sacred ground. I forbid you to set foot on it.
Sorry, It is not our intention to trespass. But you must understand, that's where Valigarmanda has gone. If we don't slay it now, it will slaughter countless innocents. Just like in the old days, I beg you, permit us to enter.
Out of the question. Your band is incapable of defeating Valigarmanda. Either you seek to defile Warkor Lardor, or you are fools.
If you doubt their chances, how would you feel were we to join them? The monument to Valigarmanda's defeat bears the names of 7 heroes. With our forces combined, we also number 7.
Seven weaklings are no less doomed than 4.
Zoralcha, you've come to help as well.
Against my sound advice. While the rest of you were tussling with this sky ruin, we might have secured an insurmountable lead. A minor delay. It will not change the contest's outcome. I would take the measure of his Tural Vidral my father was unable to kill.
With both my brothers here, this battle is all but won.
Your celebration is premature. I never said I would let you pass.
Brother, no! We do not bear arms against our own people!
What an odd thing to say. As I recall, the inhabitants of Chir Wagur Sultan do not consider themselves members of the Tuliyolal nation. I'd hardly call them our own people.
What does that matter? Members or not, Everyone in Tural is part of our dream for peace. If you would hurt them, then you'll have to go through me.
She saved me from the mountain bird. Now, then, the same eyes. Eyes of stone. Words of stone.
We are still in her debt. This is true. Consider the debt repaid. But do not misunderstand. We do not submit to Tuliolan rule.
Aye, you've made your point. We can talk more once the contest is over.
I ask your name.
Wuklamat, protector of peace, and soon-to-be Dawn servant.
Even people with wildly different ideals can find understanding through earnest discussion. I believe that, wholeheartedly.
As do I. I won't give up until we reach a compromise.
Assuming you survive, my old bones and I will be waiting here for the true heir's return.
Your thoughts have always been a mystery to me, brother. But I'm relieved to see you put aside the contest for the sake of the greater good.
Our nation is a fortress, and its people the bricks with which it is built. The more that are lost or broken, the weaker Tuliyolal becomes. Even the crudest rock has value as a stepping stone.
Come on, you two. Forget about the right of succession for now, and help me fight this overgrown snake bird. I don't care how strong the Sky Ruin may be. We're going to put this menace down for good.
For Corlador, now accessible. You ready to sub? Are you whatever you want to be? Alright, this is going to be our first trial. Milk is yummy. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. Oh yeah. Okay, that didn't take long at all. Did you ready up, Sob? Oh boy. Uh-oh. What does this mean? Okay, I've been frozen. How did... Ugh. Stay above ground? Yay, we win.
We did it. We slew Valiarmanda. A feat that even the great Gulul Chacha couldn't manage. For you, Papa!
There's no denying it was an impressive achievement, but I wouldn't be so quick to claim we've outdone Father. The Federal was weakened by decades of imprisonment. Had we faced it in its prime, we wouldn't have fared a fraction as well.
How can you say that? 80 years couldn't have made that much of a difference. Could it? Oh, who am I kidding? Papa's still the best.
We fought well, though. I'm sure you'll surpass him one day. You have ways to go.
You're right about that. Just need a few more battles like this one under my belt.
The Sky Ruin lies dead, and still, I've yet to prove myself the miracle.
Well, I suppose we should head back and join Erenville.
We did leave him with only Sarelja for company.
Your proud expressions bespeak the successful hunt. Not that I'm surprised in the least. Sarelja came back earlier, but left almost immediately, with Sarilja in tow. He seemed disinclined to share in any victory celebrations. That's nothing unusual for Sarelja. No, it's Bokul Jaja that concerns me. He's probably far ahead now, making the most of the mayhem he caused. I still can't believe he did something so evil just to slow us down. If we hadn't slain Valigarmanda, it wasn't only Burko Pacha at risk. There would have been deaths across the entire continent. I'm more certain than ever that Bakul Jaja cannot be allowed to rule. I have to catch him and take back my keystone. Die! Ooh, Aether Current quest. That means that the other two should have popped too. The Yokui must still be anxious, wondering where and when Valigarmanda will strike next. I suggest we hurry back and allay their fears. Alphinoids as well, I should think. Yes, you're right. We shouldn't let them worry another moment. What? My streaming character is going to get married to a Moogle? I mean, he was already married. She was already married to another Makote girl. But that person doesn't get on anymore, so... Not anymore. I turned the ring back in. They stopped playing. And there was no point in keeping the ring if they weren't going to play anymore. What? Sovereign, I don't think two characters from two different servers can marry each other. I think they have to be in the same server. You're funny, though. No, the other two haven't popped yet. They'll probably pop after we finish this play. Well, that was only the first of the trial beasts. Not sure what else we're going to end up fighting, but a snake bird is one of them. Oh, I can't wait to see what the cat from that looks like. No, wait. Endwalkers was the cats. Oh, they're wings. That's right. We get wings from... fire wings and water wings, and dark wings and light wings. Dark wings duck. Let's get dangerous. I mean, the fact that Huey, Dewey, and Louie showed up every once in a while, I think, in Darkwing Duck. Or the fact that Launchpad appeared in DuckTales. Yeah, that's what I said. Launchpad was in both. So you know both universes were linked. Well, they're... I mean, that is weird that he didn't appear in Tailspin, but... Oh, Falou showed up in there's a newer version of DuckTales? Huh. I guess they decided to link the two universes. But still, that links the two. Ah, I really shouldn't be eating these barbecue chips. They're making my tummy itchy. That's why I'm itchy. I ate those cupcake things and one of them had pepperoni in it. That's why I'm itchy. It doesn't help that I'm eating barbecue chips. I probably should stop. Wait, where did the... Well, here's one of the Clippies. I don't know where the other one went to. I'm gonna stop eating the chips for now. Ah! Those pizza cupcake things made me itchy. And then I'm sitting here trying to eat barbecue chips. I ate like 2 of them. That didn't help the itchiness any. Hello, viewer. I need to quit eating things I'm allergic to. Ugh. Before we do anything else, we should talk to Gerfurler.
To the temple, then.
That won't be necessary, heroes of the hour. Valigarmanda is no more. Yours is a victory worthy of song.
We had plans for a second feat to be conducted here in town. But the recklessness of your fellow claimant has rendered them pointless.
A second feat?
The feat of ice. You are to fortify Valigarmanda's prison. How shall we proceed, High Luminary?
What more would we test, Zurmurwer? They have defeated the Sky Ruin and saved the gods know how many lives. If they are not worthy heirs to Kulul Jaljar, then no one is. Now that our last claimant has arrived, we can proceed with the formalities. For the skill and bravery the three of you have shown, I award you each a second keystone.
That makes 5. Only 2 left to collect.
Except that one of those 5 is in Bakul Jaja's thieving hands. He will answer for that. And for losing Valigarmanda.
You have brought lasting tranquility to our home and earned the gratitude of every Yokui. May glory and prosperity continue to bless Tuliolol as we enter this new age.
Let me see how long I've been streaming again.
Was never much of a talker, our brother. If you're up for it, you should visit the capital. I'd like everyone to get to know you and your people better.
Ha! I'll consider it. If it's one of you two who claims the throne.
Then you need only await a missive from Sunperch. I'll be sending out invitations.
Yeah.
Today is a day for unusual visitors.
You walk your mat, was it not? I doubted you could slay Valigarmanda, but the quiet skies proclaim your triumph. Had the Vidral been suffered to roam free, it would have terrorized us all. Once again, we find ourselves in your debt.
You owe us nothing. We fought because we wanted to.
Yet a debt has been incurred. All the same, it will haunt me if I do not repay it.
I wouldn't even know what to ask for.
Perhaps he can tell us about the dreams of the Golden City.
Oh, good idea! That was on my list of questions I wanted to ask.
The Golden Dreams. Yes, we have records of our forebears and their visions from the time before the Shaktural expedition.
What did your forebears see?
A heavenly land, suffused with a golden glow. Its people lived as gods, never aging, never dying, free from hardship and conflict. Every building was a palace, and in their midst reigned a silent goddess, a statue so tall even my kin would need lift their gaze to behold its visage.
A statue of a goddess. That's new.
Aye, and compared to the abstract imagery we'd previously heard, this was a detailed description.
The dreamers were consumed by their visions, compelled to seek out the paradise they'd been shown. They journeyed to Shaktural, where they died in droves.
Those who go in search of the Golden City do not return. The tales Book Evu shared may have been rooted in historical fact.
Perhaps. Who can know the truth of it? Once our ancestors left the forest, there were no more dreams, no dreamers.
The forest? What do you mean?
From the very first, the visions were set to visit only those who worked the quarries in Yaktel. But after they were ravaged by disease and saw fewer newborns, they were forced to abandon that territory. Once our people's withdrawal to Urkopacha was complete, we never again dreamed of the Golden City.
So only Yokhui in that one specific area experienced the visions. Fascinating.
Well, we're headed to Yaktel next. Maybe we'll find out more when we get there. Thank you for sharing your stories with us.
I do not require gratitude. I merely repaid a debt.
Yeah, I'm still in cutscene.
Farewell, Wook Lamat. I I do not think our paths will cross again.
Ichinos. It's only 1 hour and 16 minutes. I can go on for longer. I don't think Warpalor and his brethren will have a sudden change of heart about Tuliolal. But that doesn't mean they'll never change at all. Today is proof of that. Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, Jolty LaForge. He was blind, so he used the visor because it helped him. Yeah. He's also the guy who hosted Reading Rainbow. God, I was obsessed with that show. I loved Reading Rainbow when I was a kid. Probably why I read so many books. Yeah. They showed him without his visor a few times, and his eyes were rolled back in his head. Nope, he's blind. That's why he wears the visor. The visor's supposed to help him see. So he was completely blind without the visor. I think it's time we return to Tuliolal. After scaling Toral's tallest mountain and battling a legendary beast to the death, even dauntless heroes like you could probably use a rest. In any case, there are preparations to be made before we can visit the next destination laid out in the saga. The respite would be most welcome. I believe I hear the Four Arts cabins calling our names. Hey look, I'm a 94. Am I able to do my next quest? Okay, I have 2 Aether Currents and then I can fly here. Great and mighty Jolteon, I have heard tell of your victory over Veligarmanda. You protected our land, and for that I, Furfalur, express my deepest gratitude. I wish only that I could have seen the battle with my own eyes. As a warrior of the Yukoi, I cannot fathom how one of your diminutive stature laid low a fearsome sky ruin. Thus do I ask if you would demonstrate your martial prowess. What do you want me to do? I thank you for this honor. Of late, hulking monsters have been sighted south of the Shades of Grief, endangering all who travel along the road. I bid you snuff out this threat, that I might see for myself how you subdue your foes. I shall go there now. Join me when you are prepared. Okay. Where's the other one? The other one... No, he doesn't want to do fisticuffs with me. He wants to watch me fisticuff with Monster. Yeah, he wants to watch me throw hands, basically. No. No! Hail, visitor. Care to partake in one of our customary rituals? Fret not, for your part to be played is a simple one. You see the illuminations here in Warlar's Echo make use of glowstones, a rare and precious mineral found only through mining. On occasion, we offer up prayers in the hopes that their light remains strong and bright. First, I would ask you raise a hand to the saltwater jar and pray for light everlasting. Strange though it may seem, I assure you, is a necessary step in our ritual. Now, great warrior, slayer of Veligarmanda, open your heart and focus. They want me to pray to the jar? Pray. It's a saltwater jar. It's a saltwater jar. I mean, you're not completely wrong. It appears your feelings were heard loud and clear. Let us proceed to the next step. I thought I actually had to do the pray emote. I didn't have to. I guess it wasn't highlighted. I just needed to hold my hand up to the jar, I guess. Next step. Now that the salt water has received of your prayers, you need merely sprinkle it upon the glowstones scattered around the village, and the ritual will be complete. Okay. You're such a ding-dong. Essentially, I have to sprinkle it on glowstones, which I guess are like lamps? They're stones that glow. I don't know. Yes, it is something found in Minecraft. I don't think they can really do anything about the word glowstone. This is the first event I ever actually managed to participate in. I got this golden mechanical egg that has a little chocobo inside. I see you have successfully completed the ritual, and for that you have my thanks. Likewise, my fellow Yakui will be glad to know that an outsider has shared in our culture. When mining the peak for glowstones, we occasionally discover shellfish fossils. Some have wondered if perhaps this tall mountain was once submerged beneath the waves many long lifetimes ago. The stone's radiance is a reflection of their joy, shining all the brighter when offered water that smells of the sea, or so the story goes. Thus was our little tradition born. Knowing that it is the will of great warrior that now illuminates our humble village, our spirits are sure to lighten as well. Suffice it to say, we are fortunate indeed that you were willing to join in our prayer. With an open heart, may the light of the glowstones ever guide your steps. Ah, yay! I just summoned my Manderville mount. Okay, where are we? Oh, we're supposed to go there. I wanna fly. I don't think drinking a Red Bull is going to help. In fact, that would probably knock me out. No, the sugar actually helps keep me awake. The caffeine itself is what puts me to sleep. If I were to drink coffee straight up black with no cream or sugar in it, it'd knock me on the floor and you would be lucky if you could wake me back up. Glad am I to see you did not lose your way. As for this one, it made the mistake of picking a fight with me. Yeah, I drink a cup of coffee in the morning before work with 5 creams and 5 sugars because our coffee is strong as all heck. And then that lasts me till well, I drink it at 10. Well, at just before 10. It lasts me till maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock-ish. Maybe? If I'm lucky, it lasts that long. Well, if I drink it with cream and sugar, it helps me concentrate better. They can always tell when it's starting to wear off, because then I start bouncing off the walls. As for this one, it made the mistake of picking a fight with me. There was another, but unlike its comrade, it had the good sense to flee. Not far, however, it stalks us from the shadows, yet thirsty for blood. These beasts are formidable indeed, possessed of strength equal to their keen senses. I would have you hunt down the one that remains. Follow its tracks to the southwest. Okay, good night. Thanks for helping. I probably won't end up reaching another dungeon. Then again, I don't know how far in the next dungeon is. Follow its tracks to the southwest. Doubtless it will reveal itself to what it will see as a smaller, less challenging foe. $95's the next dungeon? Well, I'm a 94, so good night. Oh, wow. Okay, hi. It's a Minotaur. How do you kill a Minotaur? Ow. Aha! Got you. Impressive, Jolty. Not once did you falter before the towering Huarpen. Quick to react and adapt, you were indeed. Yes, I have seen all that I need to see. Now that the threat is no more, let us return to Warlar's Echo. Okay. Otherwise, if I do end up coming across something that I have to run as a dungeon or as a trial or whatever. Instance? Instance. That's the word I'm thinking of. Then I'll have to leave the party anyway. I'm making lots of progress today. Yay! This will be the second area I'll be able to fly in all in one day. Some of the earlier areas I may or may not have ended up finding Aether Currents when I was not streaming. I want to say maybe an area or two in Heaven's Word I might have been doing something with a friend and saw it and picked it up. Oops. I don't know if I did or not, though. I know there were a couple of things I ended up accidentally doing. Okay, with this, I should be able to fly now. This has been an enlightening experience for me. Not often am I granted the chance to witness a warrior whose skill far surpasses my own. Why does my tummy itch there? Rawr! For years I served as guardian of Kariorzar the Gracious, watching over the seal placed upon Valley Garmanda. I would have aided in the feat of ice too, had the sky ruin not rendered our plans meaningless. You see, it is the duty of the temple guardians to drive off the dangerous creatures drawn to Valley Garmanda's energies. At times it was all we could do to shield the frozen Vidral from swarms upon swarms of beasts. But now that Valley Garmanda has been laid low, we guardians have nothing left to guard. Of course, this is cause for celebration. Urkopacha, nay, all of Tural, need no longer fear the Sky Ruin's destruction. And yet, a part of me felt otherwise deprived of purpose. I relinquished my position. Because we killed Valley Garmanda, the Jaja has a lot to answer for. Personally, I wouldn't mind if someone made my job unnecessary. No one else is to blame for my feelings of inadequacy. It is something I must work to overcome. At any rate, I thought seeing you in action might move me to seek my next passion, or at the very least, provide inspiration for a new combat technique. But given your soft features, I remained skeptical until I observed your power firsthand. I would also be remiss not to praise your economy of movement, always thinking ahead, looking for the shortest route to victory. What calling has led you to develop such commendable skills? Being an adventurer. Ah, so you're an adventurer. Does that mean your life's purpose is the pursuit of adventure? How intriguing. Alas, much as I would love to hear your many tales, I will not keep you. When next you have a moment, however, it would be my honor to speak with you at length. He's gonna be another... They always have at least one. He's gonna be another one of those progressive ones. He's going to turn into a side quest. He may or may not end up becoming an adventurer himself. He'll watch you kill different monsters probably, and then... I need to quit eating things with pepper! Oh my god. Yeah, speak with you at length. I know I can't get rid of it completely, but yep. Yeah, I can fly now. That's 2 areas. I think there were... Yeah, there's still 4 more areas to unlock. Each area has 6 areas to unlock. So yeah, we still have 4 more areas to do. Okay, where's Aaronville? Is he back in... I think they're back in town. No preference. Okay, Tuliolal is north. Yay. Yay. Okay. Just trying to find... So we have 2 more to do. And Jaja missed out because he didn't help, he released it. So he didn't get... He still has 3 left to do. Rest well, everyone. We can meet back here later on. I have a small errand to run in the city, so I'll leave you to recover. Will you be heading to the palace, Lamont? Lamont, did you hear me? Lost in her own little world, it seems. Well, no matter. I'll be back soon enough. An attendant is standing by to unlock your cabin. Enjoy your stay. I don't see a red light. Welcome back, Mistress Wilburn. Your cabin is just as you left it, minus a light layer of dust.
You have a moment? There's something I wanted to talk to you about. So,
Spit it out, child.
It's just too stuffy in here, that's what. We should go outside. Aye, a nice walk in the fresh air. That's what we need.
Okay. Okay. Hi, baby. My pretty boy. Sorry to drag you away from your nice, comfortable cabin, but I could feel the walls closing in. Oh, I know. I'll take you to one of my favorite places in Tulio. That should help me get my thoughts in order. We'll go to the Resplendent Quarter and make our way up from there. I never did get my taco. Oh, I never got my taco. Yeah, we were supposed to get a taco, and it ended up getting smooshed. It got stepped on. We never got our taco. Yeah, there's not much left. Yeah. Where are we going? Oh, we're going up there. Okay. Ow. Downward? One quarter. Okay. Yeshua, what are you doing up and about? Is your back feeling better? It's much healed now, so don't make a fuss. Besides, I can't be lounging in bed all day when you're out there fighting your hardest to win the throne. You're the claimant with the greatest love for peace. I love this nation of ours, and lending you my support is the least I can do. Ah. She's a nice old lady. When I see you smile like that, how can I not be encouraged? Oh ho ho, there's plenty more who believe in your cause. I can recruit a whole battalion of smiling faces if you think it'll help. Yours alone is more than enough. Thank you, Peshua. And thank you, Third Promise. I shall pray for your success in the contest. All those smiling faces. Ah, sorry, Jolty, I'm getting distracted. It's just that with the progress we've made in the contest, even these everyday encounters feel that much more special. Do you think we can take our time and maybe wander around a little first? Then we can head to that spot I was thinking of. Okay. Oh wow, that's pretty. It's coconut. It's not mango. I see you eyeballing, Daddy.
This is much better. I used to come here all the time when I was little. Would look out over the whole city, and whatever worries I had would seem so small. Do you remember what I said at the top of Orkor Zormor? That I would fight to preserve Papa's peaceful Tural? Well, I've been thinking a lot since then. About what peace really means. If it's just the absence of war. And it brought to mind all the best parts of our journey so far. I realize nothing gives me greater joy than the happiness of others. Life has its ups and downs, but the company of family and friends and the music of their laughter is what makes it worth living. And as silly as it might sound, I've come to believe that those smiling faces are the best measure of peace.
That's the sort of thing I'd expect you to say. You wish for a world like in the Yokui's dream. Ideals are nice in theory.
With eternal life and no struggle or conflict, it's certainly an ideal worth striving for. Who knows if we could make such a world a reality? But renouncing war and conquest seems like a good place to start. So, this is my plan. When I become Dawn Servant, I'll build on Papa's peace. Our people will live together in happiness. It's just like Kryl said. By taking the time to hear their concerns understand their feelings, and consider how best to serve, with each passing day, I'll be that much closer to becoming the leader I want to be. It's hard for me to say how much I've changed since the contest began. But there's one thing I can say with confidence. I wouldn't have come this far without you as allies. If it wasn't for you all listening and feeling and thinking along with me, I would have never learned so much, and in so short a time. There are 2 keystones left. After everything that's happened, and imagining what could happen, are you still willing to walk this path with me? Thank the gods for that. Well, I've nothing else to get off my chest. I need to head to the palace, but I'll see you back at the cabins.
Yeah. Honey, what did you do? There. Yeah. No, we haven't cut that up yet. Oh, you can't see it very well. I was trying to show. It's too bright. The camera. That's what I'm trying to do. It's too bright. Look. You can see his paw sticking out. His head's over on this side. His paw's sticking out, and he's stretched along the back of the box. If I turn it sideways, you can yeah, if I turn it sideways, you can see it better. There. I don't know why. I guess the reflection of the TV, you can't see it. So you can see how he's all stretched out in the box. He likes his box. He's a silly boy. Oof. Ah. it didn't have very much water left. Darn it. I love how we woke up in the middle of the night and just decided, oh yeah, we should start our adventure now. You look to be in good spirits. I assume your leisure time was well spent. I was glad to snatch some quality sleep myself. After all, it will soon be back to the road for us. Ooh, we're gonna get a new weapon. Maybe this will be better than the Manderville weapon that I'm still carrying around. I'm sure the others will be along shortly. I do hope everyone has rested well. Now that we have refreshed ourselves somewhat, let us consider all claimants as they currently stand. Zoralja and Koana have completed every feat thus far and hold 5 keystones apiece. Uklamat would be equal with them but for Bakul Jaja's thievery, which has left us 1 short. That conniving braggart didn't so much as lift a finger for the feat of proof, and wreaked havoc for the feat of ice. He can't have more than 3 keystones at most. He may think he can simply steal what he needs to win, but he's sorely mistaken. I will be taking back what is mine. This I swear. I fear that reclaiming your keystone may not be enough. That is, if Bakul Jaja's unleashing of Velik Armanda is any indication, using his lead, I anticipate that he will move to obtain the remaining keystones before disrupting his rival's attempts. We may all find ourselves being forced to take from one another. I can't say I'd be comfortable with that, but neither will I surrender my claim to the throne so easily. If it's for the sake of preserving the happiness of my people, I'll do what I must. The last 2 keystones we require are those of the Lay of Repast and the Lay of Brotherhood. The former depicts the cessation of hostilities between the Mamulja and Zbraal in the forests of Yaktil, specifically near the village called Ikbrax. That's where I was born, if you recall. I haven't been back there since Papa took me in when I was a baby. Where the Lay of the Brotherhood takes place, however, is unclear. In the saga, it is said that a foreign explorer came seeking an audience with the Dawn Servant, but little more than that. Eorzea has a similar tale. The explorer Ketenram befriended a 2-headed king known as the Autarch before commencing his travels across Tural. He journeyed here several times afterwards, but was ultimately lost at sea. At least, that is the commonly held belief. Your 2-headed king certainly sounds like Papa, so this Ketenram fellow must have come to Tuliolal. But if he indeed arrived some 80 years ago, the capital may not have been built yet, vestiges of Yakhui architecture notwithstanding. Wait, you said Autarch, didn't you? Then Ketenram must have met the Dawn Servant in Mamluk. Mamluk, is that a city? One of the grandest in Tural, once upon a time, and the seat of the Mamulja's homeland. It too lies in Yaktel, not far from Ikbrax. Then all things considered, Yaktel seems the obvious choice for our next destination. From here, the safest method of travel is by dirigible. We should make for the landing once our preparations are complete. Oh, we're riding in one of Kona's balloons? They can't be any worse than ships, can they? Oh, the poor thing. She has such a hard time with ships, and now she's going to get airsick. She gets seasick easily, now she's going to get airsick. Yawn. What are you doing, sir? The next flight to Yuktel will be leaving shortly. Passengers are asked to keep hands, legs, and luggage inside the dirigible at all times. Except I have a feeling Wuklamat might end up leaning over the edge. Don't tell me she's afraid of heights, too. Are you sure that thing will stay in the air? All the way to Yuktel? She's like Natsu. She doesn't like transportation. Happy's not transportation. Happy is a friend. Are you ready? Bags packed and goodbye said? There's no going back once we lift off. Not that I'm nervous or anything. I'm just making sure that you're not nervous. Oh, who am I kidding? My knees won't stop shaking. Hey, will you hold my hand? Just until I've settled my nerves? Maybe ask Erenville? Of course, sure. Why not? You're the nicest person I've ever met, Jolteon. I'll try not to crush your hand. That would be much appreciated. There she is, third promise. Wait just a moment. Mablu and Tobli, of course, of course. I'll wait as long as you need. She doesn't want to get on that ship. Sorry to delay you, but we were able to discover the origin of Kryle's earring. Is that so? You said before that it gained popularity on Yaktural as a protective ward for travelers, correct? That's right. We tracked down the elderly merchant to whom first sales are attributed. According to him, the design imitates an accessory worn by a foreign mage he met at market some 20 years ago. Little did he know that charming taste of salt would prove to be a commercial triumph. A foreign mage wearing this earring could only be grandfather. Did the merchant happen to mention which market? One in Yuktel, to where it seems you are already bound. What luck! Then I shall seek my next clue once we arrive. Is it mere coincidence that brought my grandfather there, or yet another discovery to look forward to? Thank you both for coming all this way. Anything for the third promise. Good luck with the rest of the rite. Thanks, I won't let you down. I've just got to board this dirigible and I'm as good as there. Last call for passengers to Yuktel. I really hope she wins. Ow. Yaktel will test her mettle without a doubt. The next Dawn servant must be willing to bear the full weight of this nation's history, no matter how heavy it may be. Ooh, pretty.
The fierce Chapral hunters who laid claim to this land call it the Azure Forest, Yaktel. Battered by meteors in ancient times and colored mesmerizing shades of blue and green by nature, it is easy to understand why the place is so named. It is here, where the Chapral and Mamulja once battled for dominance, that the right of succession would reach its climax.
Are you all right?
I've never been good with heights.
Yeah, she can't do oceans, and she can't do heights.
The vegetation is far denser than in Kozumauka.
I suggest you pay more attention to the ground, unless you want to walk straight into a cenote.
A cenote?
Sinkholes filled with rain and groundwater. Many meteors fell here long ago, it is said, and after they struck the earth, it became susceptible to erosion. Deep as some of the pits are, you'll not climb out in a hurry should you take a tumble. So, don't take a tumble.
It was one time.
Is the Chapral community depicted in the Lay of Repast close by?
Aye. We need but follow the path a short way west.
Right. I can't stand here with my knees knocking forever. Let's get going.
You know what? Yeah, she's got her little paintbrush on her back. Oh, that's cute. I want to see what she does if we just stand here a minute. Does she paint something? Okay. Yeah. Well, the minion doesn't have the hood up. Interesting. She's not doing anything. I was hoping she'd like take the paintbrush out and paint something. With thicker vegetation comes reduced visibility. Advise you to keep someone in sight at all times. Ah! Flying squirrel. Squirrel! It's a squirrel! Sorry, did I mention I have squirrel syndrome? Squirrel! That's cute. Good, everyone's accounted for. Well, mine, I call it squirrel syndrome, but it's basically anything that moves can be a distraction. I mostly call it squirrel syndrome because it's very similar to the way the dogs in Up are. They'd be doing one thing and then all of a sudden, squirrel! Brax is up ahead. Let's be on our way. Oh, you know what? I kind of want some tapioca pudding. That sounds good. I don't eat a lot of sugar, but tapioca sounds good right now. How do I make you want butterscotch pudding when I said I want tapioca? Because you don't like tapioca. Do you not like bubble tea then? Ooh. That sounds very sickeningly sweet. I'll be honest with you. Aaronville was not exaggerating about the cenotes. It would be a grueling ordeal to climb out of one. Well, thankfully, we made it here without incident. Let's not dally any longer. So essentially, it's a sinkhole full of water. Okay. I still don't have a book better than the Manderville weapon. Oh, it's only by one. Oh, come on. I've almost got a new weapon. Almost. Ready to head on in? Our first task should be finding the Elector. Hopefully our relative tardiness will not reflect poorly upon us. The third promise and her retinue, I presume. You presume right. I seek the Dawn Servant's Elector. Then come and join us in the Garden of the Stars. At the village center. Everyone is waiting for you. Okay. Everyone? And who might that be? There's but one way to find out. Come, let us follow him. Okay. I think I have to go back to...
At last, we are graced by the presence of the third promise.
If I'd known we'd be waiting on your mangy hide, I wouldn't have bothered with Ligarmanda in the first place.
You self-serving piece of weaver dung! Do you have any idea how many could have been hurt?
Good night.
Now that we are assembled, let us begin. My name is Hunmuruk. As a Brash Rash, I have the honor of serving as Elector on behalf of my people. As all four claimants must be present for this feat, we have eagerly awaited your arrival. Third promise, if you would please join us.
He looks like he could be her biological father.
Thus far, you have faced each other as rivals. The feat of repast, however, will test your cooperation. You must complete this challenge in teams of 2.
What? You expect us to work with one of these weaklings?
Be warned. Only the triumphant team will receive keystones. I advise you to cooperate with your partner. Teams will be decided by lots. Those who draw the same color will be paired accordingly.
Twelve forbid Wuklamat is paired with Bakul Jaja. After all he's put her through, I wouldn't blame her if she did something rash. I might even help.
I might even help.
Claimants, please present your colors. I have red.
Blue.
On separate teams, then. And the rest?
Red. Which means...
Together again, as fate would have it.
Those two get along great. But now the two warmongering guys have to work together.
Victory's as good as ours.
With our claimants thus paired, so too is their opposition.
Not the one-hit.
Listen well, for the trial that awaits you is as follows. Each team is to prepare a sample of traditional Shebrol cuisine. Shibruk Bibil.
They have to cook.
And now we must cook. Another ludicrous feat.
So it might seem, but there's bound to be deeper meaning to it.
Agreed. Given that the very future of our nation is at stake, all parts of this rite must have significance.
Our promises have grown rather promising, wouldn't you say?
Indeed. If I were to guess at the significance of the feat, few things reflect the history and development of a culture so clearly as its culinary traditions.
The variety of stewed dishes in Garlean cuisine bespeaks their agricultural roots and cold climes, true.
The peoples we've met on our journey, they've all had different practices involving food and drink. The Hanu replenish their magical energies with reeds, while the Pelu have turned their fondness of beverages into a living. So basically, to know a people's cuisine is to know something of their ways.
With each feat, we have deepened our familiarity with a given community's history and culture. Is this what Father intended for us all along? But a leader with his vision must see that the past doesn't hold the answers we need. It is through embracing innovation, not adhering to tradition, that we will usher Tuli Yolal onto a more prosperous future.
Why not do a combination of the two?
The rules are simple. The first team to prepare and partake of satisfactory Shibruk Bivir will be deemed victorious. You will be judged by your sample's taste and appearance, as well as your adherence to appropriate cooking techniques. Kitchens have been made available for your use. Note that you may be asked to retry should your dish fail to pass muster. Let the feat of repast begin.
I've never actually heard of Shibruk Bibil before. What's it like, I wonder?
What are you doing, Anis? How fortunate that this feat's unique stipulations have frustrated Bakul Jaja's attempts to delay us. Serves him right. That's what he gets for endangering my people with his schemes. Why doesn't he just compete fairly? He's plenty strong and obviously has a mind of strategy, twisted though it may be. I'll never understand him. Putting aside our competition for the moment, allow me to express how glad I am for this opportunity to work together. As I see it, our team possesses a distinct advantage. Of course we do. My team I am on is bound to succeed. Any team I'm on is bound to succeed. Now she's getting full of herself. Precisely. You mean we have an advantage in numbers, yes? Our competition has a team of 6. The 2 claimants, Cyril Ja and Bakul Ja's lackeys. Whereas we are a team of 9, that's 3 more people we can mobilize. With the tasks suitably delegated, it should be a brisk affair to learn the recipe and assemble necessary ingredients. Too easy. Well, we mustn't be overconfident, lest we make a careless mistake that could have been easily avoided. Our first order of business should be determining the recipe for Zebruk Pabil. We can hardly gather ingredients for a dish we know nothing about. Given the nature of this feat, asking for answers directly may prove less effective than simply observing the daily habits of the Zebral people. Let us gather here once we have seen what clues this village has to offer. So now we're watching. We're people watching. We have to watch for people. Bright banana peel. An unusually colored banana peel has been neatly arranged on the ground, which appears to be smoking. Oh no, it appears I've gone and dropped my Najul. I mean, Chatika banana peel. I could barely see it for all the steam issuing from my underground oven. Ah, there's nothing like enjoying a tasty banana while you use the leaves in your cooking. So we need to use banana leaves to cook it, probably. Gemstone trader. We ought to cut our losses and head to Mamuk. This feat is nothing but a fool's errand. You're the fool if you think we won't tan our hides for leather if we dare to return without enough keystones. Besides, we've taken from the house cat before. How difficult could a second time be? What are you looking at, Salt Liquor? Mind your own business. Recipe for Zebruk Pabil? I wish I could tell you, friend. A dish so delicious is meant to be shared. Alas, we are forbidden for divulging anything. Orders from Hunmuruk himself. But your mentioning it has given me a fierce craving. I only hope there's still Ibruk to be had at market. Wink. Is he implying we buy some from the market to see what it's made of? A number of spices, some entirely unfamiliar to you, are nestled in a basket. That one's called... Look, I have it here. Come over here. Come over here. Have your chips. You always go to see if Daddy's got some, and then you don't eat them whenever I crunch them up. Come on. Or do you want one of these? 2 different piles. Take your pick. That one's called achiote. We mostly use it to add a bit of color to our most popular cuisine, but its medicinal benefits are significant as well. Okay, so achiote and banana leaves. Oh, Daddy. He's going for those over the. He's going for the Lay's over the Pringles. Look. He's eating the Lay's over the Pringles. Which is funny because usually he eats the Pringles. Hashtag not sponsored. I'm not sponsored at all. Yeah, he almost ate all of the. That's funny. He ate almost the whole pile of the Lay's one. And he ate like 1 or 2 crumbs from the Pringles. I think he prefers the Lay's over the Pringles. I'm sorry. That's hilarious. Usually it's the Pringles that he's begging for, but I guess he prefers those ones now. That's funny. You're funny. Mwah. Mwah. Anyway. Now that we have had a little entertainment and gotten Honey to actually look at the camera. They got a really good look at Honey. I should put that in the description. Honey Cat makes an appearance. Where am I going now? For here? Somebody was suggesting we buy one from the market to check it out. I don't have anything to drink. I don't want to get up. Sorry, I'm back. What did we discover about Zebruk Pibil? True to your prediction, the villagers were forbidden from educating us directly. However, many were still preparing it as one might a staple dish. An observation of their techniques yielded clues enough. A lady blending local herbs and spices was only too happy to describe the ones I didn't recognize, while neither confirming nor denying any relation to Zebruk Pibil. But one in particular she attributed to all common Zebral dishes, achiote she called it. I see. Then if Zebruk Pibil is indeed a dish as ubiquitous as Alfino claims, we have confirmed our first ingredient. Meanwhile, I did observe a cook burning bundles wrapped in the leaf of najul or banana in certain localities. 'Twould seem the use of subterranean ovens is commonplace. I saw the same. I think we all know what's inside those bundles, then don't you? Zebruk, without a doubt. Sizzling slab of beef. It smelled so good I could practically taste it. The squeaky flesh of bipedal fish. as would be expected of a dish called Zubruk Pavil, indeed. So to summarize, this dish is one of Ibruk flavored with a combination of spices that includes achiote and steamed underground within najuls or banana leaves. Given our assumptions are correct, we must now learn where and how to procure our ingredients. As a staple cuisine, it's...
Honey! Excuse me, sir. Can you not? Honey.
He always does that when he wants attention. The staple cuisine, its ingredients would be close at hand, which is why Thancred and I scouted the surrounding forests while you all were exploring the village. Between the local vegetation and wild Ibruk, we should have everything we need in regards to meat and spices.
Leave it to a master gleaner.
With that, we should next divvy up our tasks. While some gather ingredients, others should make ready the kitchen. I can help prepare the kitchen. Permit me to assist as well. Our ovens will doubtless require firewood, and I have some experience in its gathering. That's great. Hi, baby. I too should be glad to volunteer mine aid. Then the rest of us will gather ingredients. I can make quick work of the spices and herbs myself. I am happy to lead someone to a suitable Ibruk if they will perform the requisite deed. Alize? As for the Najul leaves, I believe I am capable of acquiring that much on my own. Be warned, you won't find Najul in these parts. They only grow in the Jatika heartland forests far below these. Such an excursion may be time-consuming. Perhaps we ought to try bartering first. The feat encourages our communication with the locals, after all. Lamati Joltion, if you would accompany me on my errand? Okay. But we're going bartering. I thought for sure I'd be after the beast. Ow. No better way to whet my appetite. Good, let us be about our tasks then. Come on, let's go and get those Najul leaves. The sooner we do, the sooner we can eat. Maybe this will be stronger than what I'm wearing. Pardon me. Ooh, Jolty like. That's pretty. I can't wait to see what the bottoms look like. I do like that bottom though. The bottom looks nice. It's very colorful, blue and green. Let us see if there are Najul leaves to be had in town. Perhaps the cook Urianger mentioned might be persuaded to spare us a few? Ooh, I like the feathers. Those are nice. It actually goes well with this top, too. Oh, the guy that was using the banana leaves. Oh, hello again. Did you need something? Ooh, that tattoo's nice. Now, jewel leaves for purposes other than Zebruk to build naturally? Unfortunately, I've just used up my last. You'll have to travel to the lower forests for more. Golmagic Grove is the source of the finest Najul leaves you'll find. Wild variants you sometimes see in city markets can't compare. I see, I had hoped to avoid such a lengthy venture, but if there's no other way to obtain our ingredient, then to the Jatika heartland we shall go. Allow me to save you the trip. Traveling there requires that you go through the Teinbek traverse, but it has caved in, due to the recent storm, I expect. What? But that means we can't get our Najul leaves. But we can, can't we? If there were no other way of procuring them, you would have suspended its feet, or else altered its objective. Perhaps. Anyway, I apologize for an interruption, but having overheard your conversation, I felt compelled to chime in. That's very kind of you. Any last-minute advice you'd be willing to share? Only to undertake the feat of repast with an empty stomach, you may find Zebruk Pibil to be a delicious but daunting dish to finish. I can't wait. Still, if there are no leaves here and we can't travel for more, how are we supposed to gather all our ingredients? These feats are meant to deepen our understanding of the peoples and cultures of Tuliolal. So perhaps there's something about Zebruk Pibil that we have yet to learn, something of significance other than its recipe or ingredients. Oh, I see. Like who was the first to make it, its history, that sort of thing. Ahem, if it's Yak Tel's history you're interested in, you should start with the old war. Between the Zibral and the Mamuja, right? These forests have borne witness to centuries of warfare, the evidence of which remains a scar upon the earth. To know the end of that bloodshed is to know Zebruk Pibil. Huh? What does steamed Ibruk have to do with bloodshed? Precisely the question we must answer. Vexing though such a detour may seem, I can think of no other way to approach this feat. In that case, you may wish to visit the site of a settlement ruined by war, the village of Ilio Oso. It lies a short distance to the east. Maybe we'll find banana leaves there. The village of Ilio Oso? Understood. Thank you for your help. Come, let's go and see this place. Where did he say? Okay, over there. Ah! Green walls. Okay, so I need to take this back up. Yeah, no, this is... Oh, this is part of the augmented set. Interesting that that would be underneath the coat. I mean, it still looks nice with this top. Village of Ilion Asso must be further east. Let us continue with haste. For all we know, our competitors may be on our heels. So this is the village of Elioso, or what's left of it. It was a place of light and life. My great-grandfather called it home, in fact. I didn't know you were in Yoctel. I was picking up lumber from Brox when I heard the Third Promise was on her way to this site of deep historical significance. I immediately saw another opportunity to be of service, and so followed you here. Wugavu is a shipwright who came to our aid during the Feat of Reeds. A pleasure. You are a member of the Third Promise's retinue, I presume? For the moment, I suppose I am. My name is Kona. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Kona. Now that's a good name. A familiar name. Where have I heard... the Second Promise? Kona, as in the Second Promise of Tuliolao? To think that I addressed the Dawn Servant's own son as some common retainer. Such disrespect cannot be excused. Please take up your gun and... Oh, come on, not this again. I take no offense, so please do not dwell on it. Alright then, I shan't dwell on it. It doesn't take much. And right on cue. At least he's consistent. I understand you wish to learn about Zibruk Pabil. While I am forbidden by Zibrax Rax to divulge any information regarding its preparation, I would be happy to share what I know of Yoctel's history. We'd appreciate that. In its most basic sense, the conflict between the Zibral and Mamuja was one of land. The Mamuja live in the lower forest, where the thick canopy obscures the sun, and the soil is unforgiving to crops. This drove them to covet the upper forest, the home of the Zibral, and they launched a determined campaign to seize it for themselves. Yet advantage ever favors higher ground, and the Zibral forces held the upper hand against the invaders, rebuffing them time and again. But as the state of this village would attest, the tide eventually turned. What brought it about? Something you know all too well. Blessed siblings. You must understand the Mamulja were once a people as much at war with themselves as they were with others. The Hubigo, Bunewa, and Dopro each sought to assert dominance over the others, but as they engaged the Zabral in battle, in an effort to strengthen bonds and discourage infighting, Hubigu and Bunewa leaders arranged a marriage between their children. However, this political measure altered the course of history in ways no one could have ever imagined. It was long believed that partners of different clans could not have children together. But then it happened. A child arrived who shared the blood of Hubigo and Bunewa both, the two-headed Mamulja. Blessed with tremendous physical strength and magical prowess, he grew into a mighty warrior, before eventually arising as the first autarch ruler of all three clans. Such qualities would dispose anyone to leadership, character notwithstanding. Under the autarch's rule, the newly united Mamulja became a force to be feared, and the war soon came to an head. I think it best you see the results firsthand. Let us visit another battlefield from that time, and there I shall continue the tale. It's okay. Oh dear, look at the poor trees. Oh, look at the poor trees. Oh dear.
This is where most battles were fought between the Shabral and Mamulja, the Shobrit Cinder Field.
A field of cinders, indeed. How fierce their clashes must have been.
The war over these lands began after the Yokui's departure some 500 years ago. And for 4 centuries thereafter, the two enemies repaid violence with violence. A constant stream of minor skirmishes, punctuated by massive slaughter.
Until Father ended their endless conflict 80 years ago.
Accompanied by a retinue of only 6, the Dawn Servant opposed both armies and brought the fighting to a standstill.
First they sealed Bali Armanda at full strength, and now this.
It was during this armistice that both sides gathered for negotiations at the Dawn Servant's behest.
For too long, you have been bound by your ancestors' violent legacy. It is past time you broke free of it.
Tell that to the Scale Scum! We fight to protect what is rightfully ours! If not for their greed, we'd be living in peace!
Buff your tails and scurry off, then! Cowards like you ill-deserve the bounty of this forest. Even should one of you succeed in vanquishing the other, your triumph will last only until a new invader arrives. Tell me, do you know of the vast continent that lies far to the east, where numerous nations vie for dominance? You do not. And why should you? Affairs beyond the salt we have no intention to cross are of no consequence to us. Not until those affairs come to Tural, like our honored visitor here.
He's from across the ocean.
I've been to the ocean before, and it's nothing but water farther than the eye can see. What sort of vessel could possibly reach its end?
That such technology exists is indisputable, as is foreign powers' awareness of Tural. If any such country were to develop a taste for Turali soil and bring to bear the might of innovations we can only imagine, what do you suppose happens then? You do not know the warlords of the East, but you know that if they came, they would not settle for a single forest. By joining hands, we might create a unified front, an alliance capable of repelling them or any other foe. There is no greater proof of these than my companions and I. Alone we are weak, but together we triumphed over Valigarmanda.
What? You defeated the Sky Ruin? I'd take you for a liar if the sting of our own defeat wasn't still fresh.
Their coordination was indeed impressive. How the Pelu stymied our efforts to cripple the Yokui's legs and defend our ballistas. And when we withdrew to strike again from a distance, the Hanu called the winds to make our arrows miss their marks. In seeking to exploit their weaknesses, we only subjected ourselves to their strengths.
Those strengths are born of cooperation. The guiding principle of the nation we envision.
But our feud has lasted for centuries. How do you expect us to join hands now?
Ha ha! Give us an evening to convince you.
And so began that legendary banquet. One would not expect sworn enemies to abruptly drink to each other's health, and, indeed, a tense silence hung over the venue. But then, the Dawn Servant called for the exchange of traditional cuisine. So it was that the Mamulja partook of spiced meat, and the Chebral steamed Najul. Before long, delight manifested upon the faces of those present, each side impressed by the other's dish. Seeing this, the Dawn Servant laughed and declared once more, their flavors, he said, would be even better combined, and he proceeded to help them prepare the new creation.
That's Shibruk Pibil, I'd wager.
It is a marriage of Chebral and Mamulja cultures, and proof of their newfound cooperation. The dawn servant had asked for a single evening, but the feasting is said to have lasted 3 days and 3 nights. So delicious was their repast. In the end, a peace accord was reached, and the dawn servant's words at that time still illuminate our way forward.
Ignorance begets a strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Sorry. It's just to think that he ended an age-old conflict with food. It's all so absurd. It's somehow so very papa, I couldn't help but laugh.
Ignorance begets strife. Understanding begets fellowship.
Now then, I trust you understand the significance of Shibruk Pibil and the history it has written.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the story with us. What's wrong? Someone was there, you say?
Perhaps our competition is cooking up some scheme or another.
Something bitter and half-baked, no doubt.
Papa really did live up to his words. He traveled the land and learned about our people's myriad cultures. And we're doing the same now. Oh, I guess the feather skirt is part of the top? Yeah, okay. So the feathered skirt is part of the top. Oh, I like that. Okay. Oh, we're gonna get some kind of present. Whoever has given us valuable insight into the origins of the Brookville. However, we are still no closer to procuring the necessary Najul leaves, unless... Tell me, was that historic feast commemorated in some fashion with a monument, for instance? Indeed it was. Allow me to show you. A banana tree by any chance? Nice. Here it is. Offered up by the two factions, these weapons symbolized their vow that they would never again raise arms against each other. Since this feat demands a journey through history, I thought it only logical that a monument like this might steer us true, especially one at the heart of so significant a battlefield. Lamati Joltion, would you help me search this area for clues? Tell me if anything catches your eye? Sure thing. Look here, this soil has been recently overturned. Okay. Oh, I didn't even realize it was 244. Ooh, someone buried a box. Hmm. Hmm. Teddy.
Hi, are you ready to go night-night? Let's go.
Why are you sitting so weird? Well, well, I would have been satisfied to find only a hint, but here they are, fresh Najul leaves. Honmuruk's doing, I'd wager. There's a poetry in hiding them on this battlefield, given that it was central to the war they helped end. Hey, so he planned all this from the start. Huh? So you planned this all from the start. Thank you again, Wukivu. We wouldn't have found these leaves without your help. It was my honor to render assistance, and with apologies to present company, allow me to offer my encouragement as well. Third promise, ever since I witnessed your performance in the Feat of Reeds, I have been certain that you are the claimant most worthy of leading our nation. All devised solutions to the Hanu's ailing crops, but you alone sought to know their culture and revive Ihihana, even if it seemed unrelated to your task. In my humble opinion, no one cares more for the people of Tuliolal and what they hold dear. Should you again require the historical musings of an old shipwright, I am ever at your service. For now, I take my leave. Tradition is a good thing. Some innovation is okay. I cannot argue with that. We have what we need. Let us return to Idbrax. I still need shoes, gloves, and the helmet to go with this set. Crocodile skin thigh boots. Sarsenet. So yeah, these are sarsenet. I still need the other 3 pieces. I haven't even tried looking for any 145 yalms to the north. I haven't even tried looking for any Aether Currents. I've been so wrapped up in the 230 kilometers to the north. Oh, he's right there. This looks like another place that I can dive down. $529 miles to the west. Oh, look at that pretty water. Gallons to the north. There's water in the way. Look at the fish. Ah, dude, you can actually see fish in the water. Oh, that's cool. I like when you can see fish in the water. Sorry, the new why did I do that? 31 yards to the west. Yeah, it's across the water. Might have to. Anyway, the new No Man's Sky thing, the newest update, you can actually see the fish in the water now. Yeah, I can swim in the water. I don't like being in water though. 62 yards to northeast. Don't tell me it's on the cliff. Yards to the south. Ah. $714 to the west. Kitty. $697 south. Oh my God, look at that kitty. $544 to the south. Hi, kitty. No, don't fight me. End of 91 down to the southwest. Ah, don't fall in there. To the southwest. We're still going southwest. $73 to the southeast. There it is. Oh, look, it's a Ibruk. It's a type of pig. 290 yams to the south. $409 Okay, so the next one's in the next area, basically. Oh my. Hello. You're not scary looking at all. Star Crier? Oh god. Oh, 100, go away. I've only found 4. I still have 6 more to find, really? Hopefully they're not all fixed down in that hole. Okay, we made it back. I'm curious as to who was following us. I'm glad we were successful. The others should be back soon, I expect. I hope so. I'm famished. We should probably end the episode soon. How did everyone fare? We got the Najul leaves. Vuk Evu came along and helped us find them. Vuk Evu was here? I would have liked to say hello. Yes, he gave us an important history lesson. That Guru Jaja brought an end to centuries of warfare surpasses me little, but to achieve said peace through cuisine is something else entirely. Leave it to my old man to find the oddest of solutions, but how about the rest of you? Is our kitchen ready? Everything should be in order. Brianger and I made another tour of the village and borrowed the cooking utensils we need, with no mention of what we needed them for, of course. And I am pleased to report that we are stocked with the finest firewood this forest has to offer. Spoken like a true expert. Aaronville and I found our Ibruk, so we should have meat aplenty. It was a spirited creature, so much so that its hunter fell down a cenote trying to catch it. What part of never speak of this to anyone did you not understand? I picked a good portion of local herbs with particular attention to the seeds that yield achiote. I'm told our resident astrologian divined the appropriate measurements for the seasoning as well. Through further inquiry, did I determine the ideal balance of spices. Then all that remains is to prepare the dish itself. I presume that at least one among us is versed in the culinary arts. Ryle is. I can hardly claim profound skill, but I have cooked for myself. You can leave the rest to me. And you, I hope, I could use your adventurer's grit when it comes to skinning the Ibruk. Okay. Oh, my mouth is watering already. Without further delay then, Die. Food. I like food. Food is nice. Food makes Jolty happy.
Oh, it smells so good.
Good, there is still time. I shall prepare our sample at once.
At first, I wasn't sure about being stuck with the one head. But better that than playing nanny to the mewling house cat.
Be quiet, Bakul Jaja. No one cares what you think.
No one cares what you think.
Huh. Act tough all you like. Victory will be ours.
It's ready. Apologies for the wait. We submit to you our Shibruk Pibil.
This looks amazing!
The dish is prepared by using the culinary techniques of the Mamulja to cook the spiced meats favored by the Jabral. It is a symbol of peace between their two peoples after centuries of war.
Both the ingredients and your methods appear to have been correct. Now then. In taste, texture, and aroma, you have recreated Shibruk Bibil admirably. Granted, anyone might well achieve similar results by following the recipe to the letter. But you went a step further. You sought to learn the cultural significance of the dish, about Yoctel's history of violence and your father's role in ending it. Your willingness to take lessons from the past befits aspiring Dawn servants. And for that, I commend you. All that remains is to partake of your creation. True understanding is gained only through experience.
Now this is something I'm definitely good at.
Ahem. I believe we have yet to receive our assessment. Ours is also a faithful example of Shibruk Pibil, as you will no doubt agree.
I see. While your effort looks the part, unlike the second and third promises dish, it lacks its defining aroma.
What do you need? Yeah. It's mostly because it's small. Okay, I got it open. You should be able to help it. There you go. You're welcome. Always glad to help.
Preposterous! The meat was marinated in spice before being steamed in an earthen oven. This is Shibruk Pibil.
Oh? And what about the Jatika banana leaf?
It's because of you that we couldn't get any damn leaves! You can't fault us!
But the second and third promises had no such difficulty, did they? That which they needed they acquired simply by showing interest in our history and heritage.
Ugh, it's just some crusty old leaf. What difference could it make?
Your dish lacks an essential ingredient. As you have failed to demonstrate an adequate understanding of Shibruk Pibil, I must deem your performance unsatisfactory. Your team will not receive keystones.
This was stupid anyway.
His ambition only grows more intense. That someone could harbor such dark thoughts towards family.
What do I care for this sham of a feat? I can always take what I need later.
This is delicious! The brook is so tender it melts in your mouth, and the way the najul leaf rounds out these spices is sublime. This is the taste of harmony. Someone who only knows brute force and deception could never appreciate it.
Choke on your harmony.
Come, come. Finish your meal. That too is part of the feat.
You don't have to tell me twice. Ah, that was bliss.
It was palatable enough, I suppose.
No, he doesn't like spicy. Being Makote, he's a bit of a
To you,
eater.
who have successfully performed the feat of repast, I present these keystones.
They have one
Only
more left.
one feet left.
And then she has to get the one that got stolen from her.
Well, I should get going then. I'm glad that I wasn't paired with one of the others.
We can do better than that, surely.
The sixth keystone is ours. Thanks for all your help, everyone. I forgot something important. Was there any Shipbrook people left? I could really use another helping.
Alright, I'll turn this one in. I'll pick up the next one and then I'll end it. We'll do the last one. I don't know when. Maybe next weekend? Or maybe tomorrow night. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. That was so good. I'm already looking forward to having Zebrook Pavil again. Here, Jolty, on Kryle made more using leftover ingredients. You'll love it. I'm thinking to buy more for the road myself. Now that the feat of repast is over, the villagers should be free to offer it to us, right? Oh, okay. It's something that goes on the table. It's a table decoration! Wait, does that mean that the chef can make it if you get a high enough level? Okay, maybe... I'm standing here. As long as I don't go anywhere, I should be fine. So yeah. Stay crazy. Have a great day, night, evening, morning, whatever it is when you're watching this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notifications when I'm streaming. Check out the website in the description. My buddy Shio did a great job, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!